Goat thieves, gun runners. Not long ago, they had little in common. Nowadays, they've joined forces to build an unlikely but profitable partnership.
Farmers are running scared. The stakes are now higher, and these criminals will stop at nothing to get their prey. Farmers on the front line, tonight on CS311.
Crime Stop Jamaica and National Bakery, in association with TVJ and our sponsors, ICD Group, Grace Kennedy, Pullman Things, Progressive Grocers and Guardsman, present CS311 with Deirdre Dixon and Leroy Hall.
Predial and cattle larceny, the stealing of crops and farm animals, is the most widespread crime in the region, given the number of lives it touches.
First, the farmer whose income is stolen, and then the unsuspecting consumers who may purchase uninspected meat or improperly treated produce that could endanger their health.
But to make matters worse, organized criminals have entered the picture, trading stolen meat for guns that they smuggle into the island. So how does it work? Corporal Everall Barrett tells us more.
Predial larceny is any breaking, any rooting up, picking of any crops or produce that is in a growing state. When we speak about larceny of cattle, Section 6 of the Larceny Act tells you that cattle includes animals such as goats, cows, donkeys, even dogs, and all of these animals are classified there. There's a difference with predial larceny and larceny of cattle. Meat for gun trade is widespread across this island of Jamaica to include about 8 parishes on the shoreline: St. James, Trelawney, St. Ann, St. Mary, St. Thomas, St. Catherine, Clarendon, and St. Elizabeth. Studies have shown where our neighboring island or countries, they swap the guns and we give them meat. Monies aren't shared right or evenly, and someone wants to be the boss. People got killed. Now we as police officers, we have to curtail all of these by doing community policing, special operation, public education, and otherwise. I am imploring on farmers across the island to join in with the Farmers Watch group and also attend the meetings where you as a farmer should not wait until it reaches your door for you to be the one who call out for help. Join the Farmers Watch group. Have a police you can call on, or maybe even at a speed dial, and then you could curtail somewhat the meat for gun trade and also predial larceny. All of these guns coming in the country, part of it is from the meat for gun trade, and it gives the police more problems in fighting crime, and it is so much a disincentive for the farmers, because some of them right now trying to come out of farming because they are scared for their lives. If we curtail the meat for guns trade, automatically we will slow down the gangs, and then police could act more swiftly and efficiently in these communities. Farmers, I am imploring you to get your paperwork together, get your license, ensure you visit the Jamaica Agricultural Society, get your receipt books. That means when you issue a receipt to a person who purchased your produce. Also, protect your livestock, protect your farm, also protect yourself most importantly. Predial larceny and larceny of cattle is everybody's business.
Thank you, Corporal Barrett. Frightening but true. Imagine 2 pigs for 10 pistols, and 2 cows for 1 M16. When you add it all up, we are all the losers. Let's break it down by numbers.
Once a simple petty crime, predial and cattle larceny have now joined the big leagues. The annual cost to Jamaican farmers is thought to be about $6 billion. But it is said that 98% of all producers in the region have experienced loss of produce from theft. More than 90% of the producers agree that it is the major factor discouraging investment in the sector. 18% of the value of farm output regionally is taken by thieves, resulting in the loss of millions of US dollars annually. Yet only 45% of incidents are reported due to farmers' frustration with inaction by the authorities. Data suggests that just over 35% of produce stolen in the Caribbean is used for household food and other needs in the home. Most of the stolen produce, 27%, is absorbed into the higgler trade, which is dominated by rural women, most of whom are single, vulnerable, and with no other source of income. And here, on local soil, goat theft is the leading criminal activity in Clarendon. But cattle larceny across the island is now linked to the thriving gun trade, which is at the root of the country's spike in crime. The farmers are the main target, but none of us are safe from the bullets. So powerful is the meat for guns trade that recently the Minister of National Security explained that the government may have to buy additional surveillance planes to better patrol and protect the coastline.
More on goat thieves and gun runners in a moment, but first, our featured crime.
On Saturday, May 11, 2019, at about 9:30 p.m., Stefika Smith, a 17-year-old student of Maypen High and a British national of Four Paths, Clarendon, was reported missing. Earlier that day, Stefika and a friend were in Maypen town when she received a phone call and left her friend for an unknown location, supposedly to return soon. It wasn't until Monday the 13th, at about 10:30 a.m., that a passerby spotted a body laying partially hidden in a cane piece in the George's Pen community near Four Paths in Clarendon. He called the police. On arrival, they discovered the decomposing body of a young woman, clad in a jumpsuit, with her upper body uncovered and a single stab wound to her neck. The body was removed to Maypen Hospital, where it was confirmed to be that of young Stefika Smith.
To you, this may be just another news item, another statistic. More after this break.
Crime continues to rise, and our backs are pressed against the wall. How much further are we prepared to let the criminals go? They won't stop unless we stop them.
She was everything to me. I have 3 boys and 1 girl, and Stefika was everything to me. She was my joy. She was my hope in life of moving on to old age as a girl child. And that ripped me very, very much. It took me months, and I'm still wondering if she's died. My kids, they withdraw in some way because of Stefika's death in the home, not with me personal. It's just to face the home, because when they hear, they could not stay in the house because they could not bear to know that Stefika wasn't in the house. Because she was a happy girl, and Stefika will make fun out of nothing. Stefika is just a fun person. She will make you happy even if you're down. Cause she's one of those type person. She will come in and say, "Mommy, why are you down? Come on, Mommy, you need to cheer up." She don't go out there and steal or do anything like that. So my question for that person, why? What went wrong? Why? Is there no way you could solve this problem than taking my child's life? What did she do, or what did she see, or what did she hear? Why? Yes, I'm appealing to anyone who know any information about Stefika's death to please and assist us to come to some justice by reporting this matter to the police so that justice will come out of it.
Any information leading to the arrest and charge of those responsible for this crime will bring a reward of $200,000. Tell us what you know. Give us just a few moments of your time. Look closely. Have you seen these people? We want to know. Where are they now?
Missing, brought to you by Progressive Grocers. Janice Palmer, a U.S. citizen of Argyle Road, Kingston 5, has been missing since Thursday, November 16, 2017. It is believed that she left home to conduct business with persons unknown and has not been seen or heard from since. 32-year-old Leslie Thompson of Love Lane, Fletcher's Land in Kingston, has been missing since Wednesday, January 23, 2019. He is of dark complexion, slim build, and is about 167 centimeters or 5 feet 6 inches tall. Thompson was last seen leaving home at 4 p.m., wearing a blue shirt, black shorts, and a pair of blue sneakers. 60-year-old Rupert Cornwall, otherwise called Shortman, a mason of Site Falmouth Trelawney, has been missing since Saturday, March 18, 2017. He is of brown complexion, slim build, and is about 170 centimeters or 5 feet 7 inches tall. Mr. Cornwall was last seen at about 12:30 p.m. at Tasty in Falmouth. All efforts to contact him have proven futile.
If any of those faces seem familiar and you can lead us to their whereabouts, we're ready to take your call. In the meantime, Watch That Scam is next.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to Money Shop. How may I help you?
I come pick up some money.
Can I have your tracking number and your ID, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank
See
you.
them here.
Okay, tracking number, ID. All right. Okay, sir. So it's $500,000, correct?
Yes.
What's the source of funds?
Source, United States of America. My auntie.
Thank you. Can I have the purpose of this money, please?
Oh, to pay some land tax.
You do have papers to verify that land, right?
Oh, yes, man.
Okay, can I have
See it here.
Oh, thank you. All right, just give me a second. Let me just verify something with my supervisor and then get back.
Yes, all right.
Hello? Yes. Is it just me? Yes. Come on. Okay, then, all right. Thank you. All right. Sir, do you know that it is a criminal offense to present somebody else's passport as your own?
Is my passport, lady? No, my picture that you see in there.
Your name is not Icop Fernanza Brown.
You know, they look like I'm a cousin passport, but take up.
Security?
It's all right. Just give me that back.
Security!
Keep it. Scammers believe in getting that money by any means necessary, even posing as other persons. If you suspect it, don't be afraid to press that security buzzer. Be wise, be smart, don't be scammed.
Guns and knives don't kill. People do. The following wanted men are walking free because someone refuses to speak up. Let's change that now. Please give us a call.
31-year-old Sean Piggy McPherson of Red District, Porus, Manchester, is wanted in connection to the murder of his 8-month-old son and the wounding of his baby mother. both of which took place on Thursday, May 30, 2019, at McKinley Drive, Mandeville, Manchester. Sean Piggy McPherson has dark brown eyes, a broad nose and bushy eyebrows. He's about 5 feet 8 inches tall and of dark complexion. 23-year-old Siobhan Hall, otherwise called Monga and Bonga, is wanted for questioning in connection to the double murder of Shavor Henry and Najir Ferguson, committed on Monday, April 3, 2019 at about 11:20 a.m. on Top Hill Avenue, Effortville, Clarendon. Siobhan is 5 foot 6 inches tall, of slim build, has a large oval head and a big straight nose. He also has tattoos on his forearm and hand.
The peace and solitude of the farming community has now become a target for the criminal-minded. Many hard-working farmers have lost their lives to protect their livelihood.
We spoke to a farmer recently who told us his story.
Well, it's a great loss. The first one began at maybe the second year, which I lost a ram, a boar ram, valued at about $70,000. And 2 years after, I lost 2 rams, valued at about $100,000, one kid and a mature ram. And last year, I lost 23 mother goats, 18 pregnant, to have kids in about 2 weeks' time. And the other 5 have kids just 1 week. And then, so they all died, so that's a great loss there. I know so life goes on still, you know, and you just have to continue what you do, because whatever you do, there are some negative elements that get involved, so you just have to just try to overcome. If you stop, they win, but you just have to just continue. You just have to have faith in whatever you're doing, you know, because life is a risk, you know. You can't go there and say go buy a taxi and go there first day it crash, so the biggest motive I want to steal, because basically people who really stealing is that they don't want to work. And some even work, but they like it easy. So they see you farm right through the year, and then 1 or 2 nights they just come in and take what they want and they're satisfied. Well, I think a great loss because it's sole breadwinner, and then to lose goats like that, it's really hard. Everything is just like you start all over again. Because losing 23 pregnant, approximately you get about, say about 35, 36 kids. In the next year or 2, that will be doubled. So about, in the next 2 years, you'll last maybe about 100 goats. It affects people in different ways, right? But you know, in general, nobody wants to lose in case like that. If it's mortality, fine, but to have you raising a goat and somebody just coming and steal it, all I can tell them is that just continue, try, contact our next goat farmer. So everyone contact each other, and then we can spread around, keep a central number in which we can communicate whenever we want something happen, and then the news can spread around. If they come and steal my goat, we can talk and just press a button, and then 8, 5, 10, 15 farmers understand and know so well they are around, you know. Well, the measures that we put in place is getting some cameras in, get some dogs, and maybe some people around to look out, you know. One of the major things still is that with this pretty and lasting thing, I think I say the fine for somebody stealing like 20 goats from you, you may get 6 months and come back, and then you start all over again. We think we should have a greater fine for all of them things. And again, we need the greater contact with the police and all of them things. We need to set up a thing in which everybody can get involved, and the police involved also. You know, if we call and maybe have to reach them at the station, just by the click of a button, you know, so we can get them involved and, you know what is what.
Farmers are the backbone of our society. It's our duty to protect them.
On CS311, we live by the motto, forewarned is forearmed. Listen to these safety tips.
Safety tips, sponsored by Guardsman.
Predator larceny is the scourge of the agricultural sector. You know, how would you like to work for a whole week and at the end of the week somebody else collects your pay and you get none. Well, the farmer is in a similar mode. He works for months on his crops, his livestock, and when the predial larcenist steals it, he loses his paycheck. How can the farmers protect themselves against predial larceny? Firstly, they should be keeping a list of all their equipment, their tools, be it their motor vehicles, their axes, their hoes, their power saws. Keep a list of all the assets you have involved in your farming. Keep a list of all the animals you have in your inventory and what crops you have in the field. Where possible, mark all your tools. Mark your livestock, whether it be by tattoos, by chips, or branding. Mark them and record what you have marked. Ensure that you are in touch with your RADA and community farming associations so that you have your books and receipt books so that when you sell stock, you are selling it on the right receipt so that persons leaving your farm will have the necessary documentation. On your farm, you want to ensure that you have adequate lighting. The shrubbery and trees around the farm are properly lit so that you have good visibility of where your assets are. Keep your animals fairly close at night so that you can hear. A dog is certainly a good asset in giving you that alertness to what is happening on the farm. So a good dog will save some of your assets. Use technology where it's possible. Video surveillance systems, camera systems, motion sensors, various things can be used to protect your assets on the farm. Now, the farm safety and farm community programs are one that you come together with surrounding farmers and neighbors to ensure that your assets are protected. They are looking out for you, you are looking out for them, and when you see the unusual thing, you raise the alarms and be able to respond. Ensure that you keep the telephone numbers of your community police stations and the other police stations in surrounding communities so you can make reports of what has happened on your farm, but more importantly, if you know that the perpetrators have just left your farm, you can alert the police to set up roadblocks in the surrounding communities. Stay in touch with RADA and all of those other programs that the government have in place so that you can register your stuff and work with them in understanding what the best practices are and current trends taking place in your surrounding communities. Farmers, keep your hard work safe. Protect your livelihoods.
Farmers may soon breathe easier as the government recently announced that it plans to increase predial larceny fines. Offenders may soon pay as much as $3 million or serve 6 months of hard labor.
The new Agricultural Produce Act will provide compensation to reimburse farmers for their loss, and we look forward to hearing more on this.
For the battle-weary farmers, good news cannot come soon enough. I'm Leroy Hall.
Signing off with Deidre Dixon. See you next week.